You're listening to Dotto Tech, brought to you in part by London Drugs. Nobody does it better, except maybe you.
Just a reminder to all of our good listeners, we don't have time, because we're doing so much on CES, we're not going to be doing Mac Tech this week, but a reminder that there was lots of Mac stuff at CES. We'll be probably talking about some of that during this segment, but we should point out that for all of our Mac needs, where do we go? We go MacStation. MacStation. And the one thing I want to point out, which we haven't talked enough about, is they've got these great courses that they give on all basic, using the Macintosh operating system, using iOS for your iPad. They've got courses on all of the introductory Mac stuff and the Mac apps. Check them out at macstation.com. There are locations all over the Lower Mainland serving you better and me better. Let's talk about smart appliances.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that theme.
Your eyes lit up. Why do you like the theme so much?
I just think it's really, because I'm such a technology nerd, and I just love the fact that we're starting to finally implement screens and mobile type applications into the appliances. So the whole concept of smart appliances is the fact that they're talking together, and then as well that we can control our appliances from an application on our smartphone or from our computers or wherever we want to control them from. So when I say that, you're looking at me like, what does that mean?
Well, I'm thinking about, just as an outsider looking in on the smart appliance thing. Now, I was thinking, where do I need help? I need help in laundry. I need help cleaning. I don't know if I need much help cooking. I can certainly use help, but, it would be awfully nice to be able to control different house systems from my smartphone.
Yeah, that's
what are we talking about?
We're talking about controlling your house systems from your smartphone. So, for example, how many times do you have to go into the laundry room or run upstairs or downstairs in order to find out if your wash cycle has completed? Well, imagine that you get a little text message on your phone.
My house stopped shaking because my house is really poorly built, so it's once it stops shaking, I know that the spin cycle is done.
Okay, well, for those out there that
are in well-constructed
houses.
Or perhaps in apartments and stuff where the laundry is downstairs,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If the apartment building will invest in smart appliances, then yes, that would work. That's kind of a cool thing, is just being able to know when it's done and being able to change or switch the cycles and things like that. Where I get really excited about is when I see it within the refrigerators. And the reason for this is you can actually do inventory management.
That's exciting.
Exactly, of your food. Now, the concept of this has been out for a while, but it's now starting to get to the point where you can actually use it.
Is it barcode scanning?
There is barcode scanning. So imagine one of the refrigerators that we checked out down there, Samsung had one and LG had one. The one I played with most was the LG one. And they actually had it so that you could scan from your smartphone the receipts that you bought. They were demoing Walmart receipts. So a Walmart receipt, and it would then update the inventory in your fridge. So you can manually update the inventory from the screen on the fridge if you want to, or you could do it from just scanning the receipt. And so we know when we're running out of milk. We know when we're running out of broccoli. Or
now, is it also registering every time you take it out of the fridge, or is it just saying you bought this a week ago, you might want to think about buying it again?
It's telling you when it's overdue. I didn't see a demo of being able to actually scan it when it comes out of the fridge, but I'm pretty sure that is not too far away.
You know what would be really useful for me is it telling me it's time to throw out the baba ganoush you bought.
That's what essentially that's what it does. It
tells
tells
that would be so good. Because we always do like this every 2 weeks. We go through the fridge and we say, "Oh, we should have eaten this."
Yeah.
And having a warning 3 days before something's due to expire. That would be good.
I know, because then it doesn't go to waste.
Think about using the baba ganoush.
Absolutely.
It's going bad. It's mayonnaise-based, Steve. It has to be eaten.
And maybe it'll get Siri-like quality soon. We'll talk to you and say that, "Come on, Steve. You want me. You liked me the first time."
Yes, the baba ganoush is ready to go. That's good. Okay, so that's pretty compelling, the whole idea of inventory management. And it would be great if I was at the supermarket and I could say, do I have any in the fridge? And if that was
so you
possible.
can order your groceries online right from the screen, right within your fridge.
I want to do that.
Or you can use it to update your app on your phone so that when you're at the grocery store, you can see what you're missing.
The ordering, that's going to take a change, because I don't know if you guys enjoy grocery shopping or not, but I actually enjoy the process of grocery shopping. I enjoy looking because it gives me new ideas and it gets me out.
I've done my fair share of both. I've done a lot of online grocery shopping, and I've done a lot of
I've never online grocery shopped.
Really?
No.
I think the interfaces that exist out there right now are still lacking. I think that there hasn't been enough money invested in them. There's very few there was a company quite a while ago in the BC area called Easy Grocer.
Mm-hmm.
They were amazing. Unfortunately, though, they didn't have enough customers in order to stay in business.
I think it's harder, and I would say it's harder in Vancouver, but I remember when I lived in Boston, everyone was grocery shopping, and that's what I did. Like, this is 5 years ago. So, I mean, it's just because people have less cars in major densities.
Yeah, I can see living downtown in the downtown core that we're be an advantage. What we need is augmented reality, so I can see myself eating that chicken leg.
Really?
No, I don't think we need it. Layla, tell me about cleaning, because the thing, other than knowing what's in my fridge, the thing I need most help with in the house is cleaning.
I know. I love this because I found like technology gamified cleaning because, no, really that was, and it got me all riled up because I don't like vacuuming. I don't like mopping, but you know, it's very much similar like Roomba. We saw a lot of these.
The Roomba was the one that would go around and it would,
exactly.
But it was a terrible vacuum cleaner. It wasn't that good.
Well, this one looked, when we were playing with it, it looked like it worked really well, and it has like a game control. So that's why I say gamified, because it just felt like you're playing like Nintendo, Mario Brothers, but you're trying to find the.
Who is it by?
Manuel. And
how do you spell that?
Before I tell you, MONEUAL, and it's the Ridus R750, and so it worked as a vacuum cleaner and a mop. Like it's like heaven to me.
Okay.
But they were saying when I asked them, they wouldn't really confirm the prices, but they said it just depends on who would actually buy them and sell and distribute it in like say Canada. Mm-hmm. But they were saying, the girl was telling me about $300 plus. I would totally pay $300 for this device. Yeah.
What's it called again? The Manuel, what's?
Ridus R750 floor cleaner.
Oh, there it is. A Ridus R750. So Manuel is a company that makes a whole bunch of things. Oh.
Yeah, and they also make air purifier, like a remote.
Oh, they won the CES award for innovation.
As they deserve it.
There's 100 of them that win the CES. Mind you, that's still pretty good out of 3,000 booths to win a reward of the innovation award. But
okay. Okay, so that was a robot vacuum that actually works.
Yeah.
And you now, is it the one that mops as well, you were saying? And so
that's what they said to me at the booth, unless the girl did not know what she was talking about.
You weren't all that impressed with all the booth people this one, eh?
No, there were so many booths, okay? I just kind of outlined, I just spoke about 2.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
No, but the girl that being said, the girl at Manuel was very pleasant, but that's what, like, I was just getting all excited because it did so much, and it just seemed like I would actually have fun cleaning. For the first time in my life, if I bought this device.
The game control. Okay, any other smart appliances that did anybody take a look at the new glass? Was Corning showing
Gorilla Glass?
The Gorilla Glass is one story which are.
Are you talking about Toshiba's tablet?
No, I'm talking about the new glass that they're using for fridges, so you can look through it and they can have displays. I think it's mainly for retail. Where the actual where you can actually have advertising running on the displays of the glass fridges, the glass coolers, and you can see through it. It can become opaque or it can become less. Sorry.
I didn't see it, but I read about it afterwards. But Samsung had like a window that you almost feel like you're in a Tom Cruise movie and you're feeling like you're touching.
Oh, you're moving around.
And the screen just like you can have like a digital blind. You can have widgets on it, and it had this really cool. It was a really cool display.
I wonder if that's on the Microsoft technology on their what do they call their it's a tabletop computing.
I can't remember
technology.
what that name of it is, but you know.
But the one that I was referring to is Samsung calls it Smart Window.
Smart Window, okay.
Everything's smart now.
Everything's getting smarter and
Sony
smarter.
Ericsson has a smart watch too.
Oh, what's the story on the watch front?
The watch essentially, it looks like a regular watch. It kind of looks like the iPod Nanos, the small little squares, but I would say it's probably like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. It's a digital watch, but what it does is it actually has applications on it, and it speaks through Bluetooth to your mobile phone. So you can get information on the weather, you can get information
all your notifications on your Twitter, your texts and stuff like that.
Yeah, all sorts of just
too
cool
much.
little things.
So I am scratching my head thinking, why do I need that on a watch if it's already on the phone? Is it just so that your phone can stay in your pocket or in your purse and you can be getting all the notification and you can be more subtle as you check the score?
That's exactly. It's when you're on a date.
And so you want to check the score, so you're getting Bluetooth hockey scores and theoretically video coming to your wrist.
And you're not being as rude anymore.
But it's rude to look at your watch when you're out with somebody too.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be looking at your watch a lot longer than 5 seconds.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't go out and run for this product, but I guess people need to get notified all the time, but I don't see why you wouldn't get the same notification on your phone. So
Okay. I'm just looking at my
I think
notes.
it's those discrete. It's good for when you're on a date and you're trying to be subtle and you need to get all the updates from your Twitter.
So smartphones. Again, CES has got a lot of products that we're going to be excited about, a lot of products that people are just going to shake their heads and go, nah, no market for that. But Lindsay, gesture-based television is something that you think is going to be real.
Gesture-based television.
Gesture controls.
Oh,
of
the
a television?
gesture cam. Yes, the gesture cam. That's something that's really neat. So we all know the Kinect. I think it's Xbox Kinect, where you can play your games, just the movement of your body. Well, LG's come out with a product similar where you can control the television screen. So we're thinking of a television screen in the smart TV format with application based. So what you do is you put this gesture cam below your television or above it, and then you can wave and use the motion of your hands in order to tap the screen. Like, you're not physically tapping the screen, you're tapping the air, and you're choosing which applications you want to run, whether you want the volume up or down, and so on. They also have 3D games.
So that's very Tom Cruise-y from
very Minority Report
too,
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let's take a step back and explain, because this isn't wizardry. This technology exists already with the Kinect from Microsoft's Xbox. What happens with this is it's using the same technology that Apple uses in some of their video applications, where it maps the whole background behind you, and then it basically blanks that out, and then it looks for the differences between the background and the foreground, so it can actually track you moving. So it's great for games where you can do dancing games and you can mimic exactly what's happening on the screen. But now we're talking about using it for control systems.
So we're talking about putting Logitech's universal remotes out of business. No, I'm just kidding. That's a bit extreme, but
well, but it giving this idea of gesture control. This is what a lot of people think that Apple is moving towards with the Apple TV, except they're thinking that we're moving towards a voice control of the system.
I think 4 years
Siri.
from now, it's going to be all based on our movements and our voice. I think both of them will be built into every TV, and we will no longer need external devices in order to do it.
Okay, so the gesture control. Which manufacturers was
The one that I saw was from LG.
So from LG. So you're sitting in your chair and you want to change the volume, and there's a gesture that you use for volume.
The one that I played with wasn't even a particular gesture for volume. It was literally just looking at the screen and tapping on different sections of the screen in order to navigate where you wanted to go. So it wasn't a specific gesture. It was just mapping it to touching specific
So there was
areas.
a control that came up on the screen, much like the guide would come up, I guess, when you're watching. So there had to be some way of enacting and bringing that up. But once that was there, then you could basically control it. That's a compelling concept. I don't know whether I like it, though.
It was pretty accurate. I actually played a 3D. So again, this was on a 3D television. I played a 3D game where you had to wave your hand in karate chops to cut fruit in half.
Fruit Ninja.
It was actually called Fruit. Now that's funny. Layla remembers the name of the game.
Well, no, Fruit Ninja. There's a Fruit Ninja game for your iPad.
It is.
You haven't got it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we were
great
playing
game.
Fruit Ninja, and I was flailing around with my ninja hands in the air and chopping fruit.
Okay.
That was fun.
It was
I
fun.
did enjoy that experience. That's the only 3D I'll accept.
Okay.
Probably the... It is.
Okay. Well,
That's the only thing that I'll go out of my way to buy.
Fair enough. So gesture TV, which is based on the game technology. Next up is Samsung's Note.
Yes. So is it a tablet or is it a phone? That is their whole marketing campaign behind it, and I can see why. It's 5.3 inches in diameter for the screen size, which, if you can imagine, that's pretty large when for a phone. It's small for a tablet and very large for a phone. It's touch screen.
5.3. Yeah, that's
Touch screen smartphone. It feels like you're holding a brick up to your ear, but I do get it if you're someone who's traveling a lot and you're using your phone minimally when you're traveling and you just need it, like you need it a lot for email or for checking certain things. It's kind of neat. One thing that I found was really interesting about it is it comes with an active pen, and that it's essentially like a stylus that has touch pressure points on the end of it, and the harder you press with your pen, the harder, the wider the ink is when you're on it. So they actually had artists at CES doing cartoon sketches of people on the right on the show floor, like so you could see how you could actually use this for artwork, and that's why it's labeled the Galaxy Note. So we see it being used for creativity, like by creative people as well.
Okay, and it's a phone, and it's shipping soon, or is it?
It is available in the U.S. at this point in time. So.
Okay, so the Samsung Note. We haven't talked about tablets or about the Android stuff. Was a lot of computer manufacturers showcasing. What was the directions that we saw happening there?
Well, Fujitsu came out with a waterproof tablet, so if you are by the beach and you actually drop your tablet, you'll be saved because it can last.
Fujitsu's always been really good at making ruggedized pieces of gear.
And it was pretty cool. They actually had bowls of water, and we were having a great time dropping the technology in there and just watching it.
Well, that was the word. That's the word that's in a lot of the tech blogs. Is that next year a lot of the phone manufacturers are going to be releasing their phones that will survive a drop in the toilet. That's what everybody's saying, and which is great news for me since I've actually dropped a phone in the toilet. And didn't survive.
And someone else, Toshiba also came out with like their high-end Android tablet. So it had an aluminum finish. On one side, there's what other specs? It was. Oh my gosh!
It was so exciting. You were lost for words.
I'm lost with it, but it's a little bit. It's like I think it's priced at $530, so it's a little bit more than the iPad.
Okay.
So it had 5 megapixel on the front-facing camera was 2 megapixels. The back was 5 megapixels, and then I just wanted to remember the glass that they used. It was like a Corning, Cornwall glass, something. Oh my gosh! I completely forgot. I apologize.
You can look that up.
I can look it. I can Google it.
And Lindsay, what about the conversion between tablets and notebooks and the move towards ultra notebooks?
So that's a huge buzzword this term is ultra notebook. So you've got a very, very lightweight notebook or laptop that you can kind of use as a tablet. What I found interesting, again, this came from the Intel booth, is they're working on versions of these ultra books where you can actually take the screen off and use it as a tablet or attach it back to the keyboard so that you can use it as a full functioning laptop. So we can see there's a huge convergence happening right now. And again, I think it's going to take a few years for us to fully realize and see that. But where we're moving is just this idea of the content being stored in the cloud and then being able to play that to any device and share that content between any device.
Layla, last word, what's the Corning product?
Oh, it's called the Corning Gorilla. So I had it all.
Gorilla Glass. So that's the super tough glass that's not going to break. And we're going to see that in a lot of smartphones in the future that are going to be basically shatterproof.
Hallelujah.
And the Toshiba Android tablet is dubbed as being the lightest and thinnest tablet.
There we go. Layla Pageman, your website is?
www.thepej.com.
THEPEJ.com.
Correct.
And
nice.
Lindsay Smith at lindsaysmith.com. Thanks, ladies. You can go rest now because I know that you still quite haven't recovered from the comments.
So true.
It's true.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about the new Motorola Key social phone.
Dotto Tech is brought to you in part by London Drugs. Nobody does it better, except maybe you.